So this video and the last one that I made on my dad is probably the hardest video I have to do. Like, I'm really not sure if I should or not do it because I realize that you guys are like a part of me and I should actually tell why. Like, I haven't really been uploading recently and everything like that, and I should give an update. So I guess right now I just said to myself, let's do it. So I didn't really talk about it that much ever since my last video. If you don't know, I'll leave a link in the description to my video. My dad has brain cancer and he got diagnosed about 7 months ago. So that video in the description will just give all the details you need from about 4 months ago. I did that video or something. But now it's got to this time where just basically everything has turned pretty bad right now. So about 2.5 weeks ago from today, it's actually voting time in Australia. So we were going out and voting with Dad, and Dad just was so out of it and he just couldn't walk properly. Like, I had to hold on to him and everything and he'll just be tripping over, and like, it's pretty sad to see. He can't see out of the left side of his eye, and that's been ever since the surgery because he had it on his right here and he can't see out of his left because the brain works that way. So he couldn't see out of his left, so he has one of the walking things for... most people think he's blind, but he actually can see out of his right. But now he's stopped being able to walk because the left side of his body has stopped to work. So he can't really use his arm at all on his left side, and it's just floppy and it's starting to happen on his right. Also, there's a little bit of face drop, and I don't know. The thing is though, is this happens so suddenly. Like, he would be pretty good. Like, I wouldn't say he was amazing throughout this whole time. Like, you would have the times where you just said, Dad, you have to go to sleep, and he would be like, oh, okay, and then he went to sleep, and then he woke up and he was good. But like, he went out one night with my uncle and they had a really good night, and then after that, like, it just suddenly just clicked that he couldn't walk, he couldn't really move like he normally would, and now he's been put into a house which is like a retirement place, but like, he's in there, and that's what's made it really hard for me to make videos recently. Like, I've been really good at it. Like, throughout this whole time, I've actually been able to upload pretty well. For my standard, I'd say it's been pretty good. But now that he's been put into this house, I kind of have to go there, and I'm not complaining that I have to go there because I really do have to see my dad. And I go there, and then I'm just not really able to upload videos because I have to obviously record them, then edit them, and I've been there pretty much quite a lot. But I do still come home a little bit. Like, I'm home for quite a long time, but usually when I'm at home, you wouldn't really know until you experience it. It's so hard to explain. Like, I'm just sitting here, and I want to make my editing experience so much quicker because I'm just tired. We've got heaps of family around, like family from all across the world, all here. So this is like one of my only times I'm actually home alone right now for the past 2 weeks, I'd say. So it's been extremely hard, and basically the future of Dad isn't looking too good. So this is probably the hardest bit here. Like, it's just one click. So like, it's really not looking good for the future. That's just what I want to say. And for you guys, if you guys have ever experienced any of this, I give all my condolences to you. But if you haven't, then just make sure that you cherish every single moment with the person before, because Dad obviously did change a lot when he got brain cancer. Like, chemo and everything just played with his brain. So you don't really appreciate the times before until you have this time that's really bad. And like, I've been remembering like 7 months before. 7 months before is what I'm trying to remember, just before he had brain cancer and before he had a tumor in his brain. And like, you just can't remember that much stuff because you're just remembering these days, but sometimes I'll remember those times. So, you know, when you're with your family and they're like, okay, take a photo, and you're sitting there and you have your photo taken and you're like, oh, I don't want a photo. Trust me, you have that photo taken. Like, I wish we had a lot more photos with Dad in them, because right now I've been looking through all the photos and it's usually dad behind the camera, but I just imagine him just, you know, having a smile and everything with the rest of us there, because that's what dad was like, and he still is, I guess. Like, you can still talk to him. He's got a bit of slurred speech and everything. I don't want to say, like, you know, I'll go to the house where he is right now and he'll just be sitting there and, like, yeah, like that. You'll have a conversation with him, he'll laugh and everything, but there's just some times where you can't have a normal conversation with him most of the time, to be honest. But yeah, so just make sure you cherish every single moment with whoever you've got in your family, because you never know, in one click it can change. That's the one thing. Like, I've always had a good relationship with my parents, and especially mum and dad, obviously, because they're both my parents. And that's what I'm really happy with, and I'm happy that nothing went wrong. Dad always did everything for me. Like, before he got his brain tumor, 2 days before, we lined up to see Cursor, who's my favorite rapper, who I'm wearing a shirt of right now, for 3 hours, and we went to the UFC. He did that all for me. And, like, I don't know, it's just so hard to explain. If you guys ever saw me at the EB Games Expo, even though I'm pretty sure you didn't, like, dad was there with me, and he just takes me to everything. But that's obviously not what I just appreciate him for. That's just something that I look at and go, wow, he really did do a lot for me. And that's something that I really do appreciate. And yeah, so I mean, it's just hard that something happens that quickly and it just changes, like. And the one thing dad wanted us to be throughout the whole time is positive. But sometimes that negativity has to take over. Like, I'm not sitting here going, oh my God, oh no. Like, I'm sitting here just hoping that it can turn to positive, like, influences. I don't know the word, but the thing is it's pretty unlikely, because there is tumor progression. That's what's happening, is it's just growing more. And I don't think it's, like, we don't think it's possible to stop, and we're noticing all the changes. So I don't know. I'm not really sure if I should have done this video. There's, like, look at this. This is one of my favorite photos. You can see it there. That's my brother and myself and dad. And, like, we got professional photos done when dad did get his brain tumor. And he was like, let's do a superhero one. And we jumped out, and that's one of my favorite photos. Also, this one that's going to be on screen right now. This was when I was a lot younger, as you can see. And oh my God, that one just touches my heart every time. Like, oh man. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this. And I'm sorry about the uploads. I'm going to try and do it. But you guys know if I don't, then that's the reason. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. And yeah, I don't know what to say. Just thanks guys.